Hello and welcome everyone. Today is a new day and let's begin our topic for today. Today we are going to discuss a few questions which you have asked me in the comment section. We are going to discuss that and see what you have written over there and try to communicate, because sometimes it happens so that I'm unable to respond to your queries. So we will discuss that in the channel itself. Whoever's doubts are discussed over here, you will get your answers. So without any delay, let's begin with our topic. The first thing that I can see over here, there are many questions, many doubts, many things that you have written in the comment section. We will discuss that, but all it is not possible to discuss in a single video. As we bring in videos here and there, we will discuss about the comment section also. And so first one that comes to me, Shri Paras, I don't know if I have pronounced your name correctly. Correct me if I am wrong. Question is, do we need to mention the reference of Jason and the fleece of wool while writing our answer? First thing is, this is question from Merchant of Venice, ICSE topic. Here we are talking about the Act 1. As far as I can tell you, Shri Paras, the topic is Act 1, where we have to write about the golden fleece. If you are asked the reference, if you are asked to relate to the reference of that Jason, golden fleece, winning golden fleece, how all the suitors went from one place to the other, to win Portia. In that same way, how golden fleece is a very important thing in everyone's life, and here Portia is also equally important. So that relation you have to draw only when it is asked. Okay. I hope this much is clear to you, and for the reference, for the detailed explanation of this reference, you can of course go back to the Act 1 section, the playlist, where you can find all of them explained in every detail. Okay. Now let's move to the next. So I have already answered you this question. If it asks the reference, you mention the full story, how Jason went valiantly for the golden fleece, comparing it to the winning of Portia. If it is asked, only then you are supposed to write. Next, you are also getting the questions beside, so you can see the comment section, you can see the doubt of what the others have asked, and if you have the same doubt, you can refer to this. Next we will come to Nayan Shrana. I wish you would be teacher in my school. Thanks a lot for making this video. Thank you so much. Literally, I am watching it now, and tomorrow is my English exam. I need your good blessings. My blessings are always with you. You really teach us well. So thank you. You are always blessed, and I am so glad that I can help you with these. Next we'll move to the next comment, which is Dipanvita Ganguly. Ma'am, I myself, Shoraja Ganguly, student of class 8, I would like to thank you so much for this explanation. It helped me a lot. I got 77 out of 80. I am so glad. It helped me a lot. Thank you so much, ma'am. I was so worried about my exams and finally received so good marks. I was so shocked to see my marks. Thank you so much. So thank you everyone for being here, for being such a big family with me. I hope to grow more. And yes, I will come to the next question by Aradhita Pine. She's writing, I have been given to write an answer to this particular question consisting 10 marks. The question is, suggest an alternative title to the story, A Face in the Dark. Alternative title, I will tell you that if you are asked, you can give your creative title. If I tell you, it becomes my creative idea. So it is better that you try to find out some of your favorable ones, some haunting, anything that there are so many movies, isn't it? Scary movie title. You can see and get an idea. Don't copy that directly, but you can get an idea of it. So, for example, if you ask me what title I can give, see, it is a topic. Everything happens in Shimla. So, Haunting Hills of Shimla you can write, or the Whispering Hills you can write, or Whispers in the Hills you can write. All that something scary, because there is a supernatural element in the story. It is better if we can add some scary thing or theme in the title itself. Okay, just like this one, A Face, where we relate a face in the whole story. The scary thing is only the face. So something better than Ruskin Bond's title, you can say the Whisper. Not better, you can say something other than that. Nothing can be better than Ruskin Bond, right? So Whisper in the Hills, the Whispering Hills, then I found Haunting Hills of Shimla. All these you can write, and accordingly you can explain that I find this title also suitable because of the supernatural element. Now, the question that you have also asked over here is justify the reason behind this choice of title. This question and your supernaturalism and horror in the story, I cannot understand what to write for this question. Can you please help me writing the answer to this question? So yes, of course, title. The title that you are giving is also something that is haunting, which is related to something supernatural. So when you are asking me about the supernatural theme, you can add that also as the justification of your title. So I'll give you one answer. You add it as your supernatural's answer as well as the significance of the title, or justify the title with that same thing. Supernatural element, of course, I am reading it from here, from my book. Ruskin Bond once marked that while he does not believe in ghosts, he sees them all the time, in the woods, in a bar, in a crowd, or outside a cinema. So Ruskin Bond himself has felt this. He is alive and he still keeps talking about the stories that he wrote, what are his emotions, okay, his ideas, experiences, he keeps writing on them. So he had said that although he did not believe in ghosts, it seems he could sense them everywhere. It is not surprising therefore that there will be a supernatural element in Ruskin Bond's stories when he is seeing them everywhere. Okay. He skillfully uses scary techniques in his short stories pertaining to the supernatural, thus sowing seeds of fear and suspense in the minds of the readers. The two themes that you will find in every single ghost story. One is fear, okay, and the second one is the theme of suspense, okay, where you have this suspense that what is going to happen. You have to explain this. Question given to you was style of using supernaturalism. How does he use this style? By working on the theme of fear and suspense, point number 1. So when you are writing on it, when you have written this line, you explain it. How will you explain it? Suspense. How does he deal with it? Throughout, slowly he goes close to the boy. He finds his sixth sense tells him that something must be wrong with the boy. He feels something is wrong. He goes close to the boy and then the boy looks up and this is a suspense built up throughout, and then he looks up. Suddenly he does not look up. There is a lot of time given to grow that suspense in the hearts of in the minds of the readers. Slowly, what will happen? What is going to happen? This thing. So this is suspense built up. This is done completely well. Then when he looks up in the face and then he changes the line, he moves to the next line and he quotes the line that there is no features on the face. That is also suspense. So according to Ruskin Bond, raise the possibility another layer of light. This you may not write, you can avoid. These supernatural stories can be said to be Bond's attempt to find an outlet for one's loneliness. People are lonely. His idea is even this Oliver, Mr. Oliver, he is also very lonely. He he teaches in that school and he has no company. He has to go alone to that market and come back from there through the hills, whispering hills, and then he sees it is possible that when somebody is lonely, he becomes scared or he is suspicious about certain things. So that is the theme of fear that he excavates through the theme of suspense. Next, the story of Face in the Dark has use of supernatural elements. Mr. Oliver, the central character of the story, has been described as a man who was not given to nervousness or imagination. He was of course not an imaginative man. He did not imagine things, but yes, because he is lonely, as Ruskin Bond felt that when somebody is lonely, certain things happen to be working in his mind that can make him see certain things, just like Mr. Oliver saw this boy without a face. On that particular night, it was dark and stormy, and the supernatural element over here, which is the boy without a face, a kind of a ghost, he saw that person, and again it was his fear that made him imagine the watchman too as being faceless. So even that watchman also, that is also maybe a creation of his mind only, because he was lonely as well as scared. The story ends with a sense of ambiguity, making the readers ponder whether it is really a ghost or it is just a creation of the mind or his fear that gave way to such imagination, although he was not an imaginative man. So I hope this is the supernatural element portion that you can write and talk about the suspense, talk about the fear, talk about loneliness, Ruskin Bond's idea about loneliness, and yes, then again you can quote lines from the story which is relevant to this supernatural element, to this suspense and fear. That's all. I hope your doubts are clear, and we will come up with the other doubts also that I find in the comment section. Okay, that's all for today. Hope to meet you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe.